Next is systematic sampling. So the name itself says it will be very systematic. So in this method, the researcher first chooses a random item from the population, and the next item choose is the ninth item or nth item each time from the list, as long as it falls within the size of the population. Here is the n in the size of the sample required. So a researcher wants to select a sample of 15 students from a total population of 150 students. So when a researcher selects 15 students from a total population of 150 students in a school, he or she will randomly choose first student from the list and then will systematically choose every 10th student. Finally, he or she will end up with a desired sample size. Researchers use systematic sampling method to choose the sample members of a population at regular intervals. It requires the selection of a starting point from the sample and sample size that can be repeated at regular intervals. This type of sampling method has a predefined range, and hence this sampling technique is the least time consuming. For example, a researcher intends to collect a systematic sample of 500 people in a population of 5,000. He or she numbers each element of the population from 1 to 5,000 and will choose every 10th individual to be part of the sample. So the total population or sample size is equal to 5,000 divided by 500 is equal to 10. So say we have a population of size 100 and wish to obtain a sample of 10. So here the n will be 10. So we need to obtain the 10th item each time. Let us first randomly choose the second item. We will then choose the 12th, then the 22nd items, and so on till we reach to the 92nd item, after which we will exceed the population limit. It is then imperative that for starting point, there is an equal probability of selection of any item. So systematic random sampling only works if the list is not ordered. For example, consider research on the scores of high school students. The researcher has a list of students' scores arranged in descending order. The average scores obtained from sample will be higher if the researcher chooses the first student for her first sample unit instead of second, and the second instead of third, and so on. This is how we understand the simple sampling, systematic sampling method with a simple way. So we have understood different types of sampling. So it can be said that using a sample in research saves time, money, if a suitable sampling strategy is used. Appropriate sample size should be selected and necessary precautions should be taken to reduce on sampling and measurement errors. Then, a sample should yield valid and reliable information. Details on sampling can be obtained from references that you are doing in your research. Also, you have several books and statistics or qualitative research which can be found. So, in conclusion, it can be said that using sampling research is a very effective method and help you minimize the error and maximize the entire result, which will also be able to control the biasness during the sampling, which is based on the evidence generated by the statistical data that you will be including in the research. Thank you.